Hello, dear students. We started Unit 6, What a Wonderful World, in the previous class, and today we will continue with this chapter. But first, let's revise what we studied previously. In Activity 1, we studied an excerpt from Alice in Wonderland, which is a book by Lewis Carroll, and in that we studied how Alice got taller and how she wants to gift something to her feet and she is wondering how she will address it and what will be the directions given to send the gift to her feet. And then you had to imagine that you were Alice and what gift you will give to your feet and what will be the directions for the carrier or to be posted. Then activity 2 was an illusion. Like what do we see? And in that we get both the answers and actually both of them are correct. It is a duck as well as a rabbit. And then the third activity was where boy named Sahil, he goes for the hot air balloon ride and what is his experience there. Based on that, you had to imagine that you are accompanying him in the hot air balloon ride and you have to write how you feel. So you had to share your imaginary experience. So today we will start with activity 4. Read the following text. Zoo shopping list. Shopping to feed 650 different species of animals is hard work, but that is the task of keepers at one of the world's most famous London Zoo. Founded in 1828, was the first zoo to be established as a scientific center and was opened to the public in 1847. Below is the zoo's basic shopping list for a year 2005. So we'll be studying the shopping list for zoo. You know, here we are given the example from London Zoo and which was founded in 1828 as scientific center but was opened for public in 1847. So we'll be studying the shopping list for year 2005 where the food for 650 different species of animals. You know, in zoo there are all kinds of animals, so here there are 650 different species of animals and we'll be studying the shopping list to feed them, not the overall list but only for their food. In the first column we have been given food and in the second column tons, like how many tons of food. 1 ton is equal to 1000 kilograms. So you can assume it that way. Now, all these things, hay is dried grass. Bananas, we know apples. Straw is also a kind of dried grass. I mean, it is used as fodder for animals. Clover is a green plant. I mean, they are the leaves, and even they are used as fodder. Then fish, food pellets. Pellets, you know, the food for fish. There are small micro substances. They are known as food pellets. Then carrots, meat, oranges, grapes, potatoes, tomatoes, honey, eggs, lettuce, cabbage, milk in liters. So, and respectively, in front of them, the turns are given, like how many turns of that particular food is required in a year for feeding the animals. So, you have to study this, and after that, you have to follow the answer the questions that follow. Fill the following table. Food and combined weight in tons. You know, for combined weight, you have to add fruits. You know which are the fruits. So, apple, banana, I mean, all the fruits which are given in the table, you have to add and you have to write the combined weight in tons. Then, vegetables. You know the discrimination between fruits and vegetables, so I do not need to explain more. And then animal products: meat, fish, eggs, milk. You have to write the combined weight of these things in the table. And after that, look at your count. What food do the animals eat the most? The one with the highest combined weight, that will be your answer. Then, what food do the animals eat the least? The one with the lowest combined weight. Then, work in a pair or a group. Compare your lists. If you have different answers, read again more carefully until you all agree that you have the right answer. This we can skip for right now, but we'll be doing this during the live class. So make sure that you have written the combined weight for fruits, vegetables, and animal products. Activity 5. Animals don't cook food and eat. But what if the animals at this zoo are served cooked food, and you are the zoo chef? What dishes will you keep on your menu? List 5 dishes. Now, we know that animals don't need cooked food. They can directly eat the things. But what if they were served cooked food at the zoo and you are the chef? So you have to think of dishes which you will keep on your menu. Talk to a classmate. Find out what's on his or her menu. Pick 2 dishes you want to add on your menu. Think about which animals will enjoy these dishes. Why will the animals like the dishes? Are the dishes tasty? Are they healthy? For this, you have to answer that I want to add blank and blank to my menu. These dishes will be healthier because, or it will be tastier. You have to answer accordingly. But before that, make sure that you have prepared your menu with 5 dishes. Talk to your classmate. Look at your menu again. Suggest changes to one of the dishes on your menu. Explain how you will change the recipe. Now, students, for writing the dishes, you should be aware about what are the ingredients, what are the qualities, and after discussing all that, you have to make the changes in the menu as well. Like you have to change a dish by changing its recipe. So even this we can do later during live class. Activity 6. Now students, we are studying about what a wonderful world. So be prepared for all kinds of wonderful things. Have you ever come across the place full of rats? Here it is, the temple full of rats. According to legend means an old story which may or may not be true. The rat temple near Bikaner dates back to the 1400s. The Red Temple, which is in Bikaner, near Bikaner, Rajasthan, dates back to the 1400s. That means it is from 15th century. It is that old. Karni Mata, an incarnation of the god Durga. Students, there is a mistake. It's not god, it is goddess Durga. And Karni Mata, who is an incarnation. Incarnation means who is an avatar of the goddess Durga, asked the death god Yam to reincarnate the son of a grieving storyteller. What did Karni Mata do? She asked the death god, the god of death, Yamraj, to reincarnate, to give a second birth for the Punarjanam of the son of a grieving storyteller. Grieving means who is very sad, to reincarnate the son of a grieving storyteller. Yam refused to help. So Karni Mata promised that all male storytellers, members of the Charan caste, would be reincarnated as rats in her temple. Karni Mata asked the help of Yam and he refused. So what did Karni Mata do? She promised that all male storytellers of the members of the Charan caste or Charan caste, all the male members of the Charan caste, all the male storytellers, will be reincarnated, will be given second birth as rats in her temple. When they die as rats, they are once more reincarnated as members of the Depavat's family. They become Karni Mata's descendants. So, the male storytellers of the Charan caste reincarnate, have a second birth as rats in a temple, and when the rats die, they are reincarnated as members of the Depavat's family. They become Karni Mata's descendants. Descendants means children. They are the Vanshaj. They are the next. So all the members become Karni Mata's descendants. Hence, the Karni Mata temple was built in the early 1900s to honor Karni Mata and her furry reincarnated devotees. For honoring Karni Mata and the rats, who are the devotees, the furry reincarnated devotees, the Punarjanm wale devotees. To honor them, the Karni Mata temple was built in the early 1900s. The temple is home to around 20,000 rats. There are around 20,000 rats in this temple. It is their home. They are fed by members of the existing Depavat's family. The living families of the Depavat, they are feeding these rats. There are 513 Depavat's families. Though most of the temple devotees work at the temple in shifts based on the lunar cycle, some families live in the temple permanently, taking care of the rats and sweeping the floor of excrement and food crumbs. Now, so many rats are in the temple, so some devotees are working in shifts based on the lunar cycle, like the 15 days when the moon is, the moon which we can see, it's whether it's growing or getting smaller. So based on that there are shifts, but certain families live in the temple permanently, and they live there to take care of the rats, to sweep the floor of excrement, like the feces or the tools of rats and food crumbs. The rats, known as kabbas or little children, eat grains, milk, and coconut shells from large metal balls. Water the rats drink from is considered holy, and eating the rats' leftovers is said to bring good fortune. When so many rats are eating from it or drinking, that water is considered holy, and the leftover after the rats have eaten, it is said to bring good fortune. The devotees have another reason to keep the rats safe and happy. According to the temple laws, if one of the rats is accidentally killed, it must be replaced with a rat made of silver or gold. So one of the reasons for keeping the rats safe is that if by accident one of the rats is killed, it must be replaced with a silver or gold rat. New words: reincarnate, to take a second birth, descendants, children, devotees, people who worship a certain god. Did you find any new words? Write them here to help you remember them. You can underline or make a list of the new words which you found from the passage in your textbook. That's it for today. Go through the video once again, or you can even read from your textbook and try to answer the questions which are given after each activity. So that's it. There's nothing more to be done. After finishing your homework, you can enjoy your day.